Welcome back, readers. Today we have 3 PAW Patrol books, starting with Itty Bitty Kitty Rescue, and then on to Puppy Birthday to You, and then Pirate Pups. Here's Itty Bitty Kitty Rescue. It was a warm, sunny day. Chase and Rebel were having a great time playing catch at the beach. Then they heard a far-off cry. Meow! Meow! A kitten was clinging to a toy boat out in the water. Uh-oh, Rebel exclaimed. That little kitty is in trouble. We need to tell Ryder, Chase said. Chase and Rebel raced to the lookout to tell Ryder about the kitty. No job is too big, no pup is too small, declared Ryder. He pushed a button on his pup pad and sounded the PAW Patrol alarm. Minutes later, Marshall, Sky, Rocky, and Zuma joined their puppy pals at the lookout. PAW Patrol is ready for action, reported Chase, sitting at attention. A kitten is floating out to sea, Ryder announced, pointing to the viewing screen behind him. We have to save the itty bitty kitty, exclaimed Rebel. Then he straightened up and added, we have to save the kitten. Zuma, your hovercraft is perfect for a water rescue, Ryder said. Ready, set, get wet, Zuma barked. And Sky, Ryder continued, I'll need you and your helicopter to help find the kitten quickly. This pup's got to fly, Sky exclaimed. Zuma's hovercraft splashed across Adventure Bay. Ryder turned his ATV into a jet ski and followed. Up above, Sky zoomed through the air. She quickly spotted the kitten. We're here to help you, Ryder said, easing his jet ski to a stop. The little kitten jumped from her boat and landed on Zuma's head. The startled pup fell into the water. Zuma yelled, Don't touch the... The kitten accidentally hit the throttle and raced off on the hovercraft. The hovercraft zoomed around the bay. Overhead, Sky turned this way and that, trying to follow the hovercraft's twisting course. This kitty is making me dizzy, she groaned. Ryder pulled up next to the hovercraft and jumped on board. He stopped the engine and gently picked up the shivering kitten. Everything's all right, he said, pulling a slimy piece of seaweed off the kitten. Let's take you back to dry land and get you cleaned up. Later that day, Rebel skateboarded into Katie's pet parlor with his new BFF. Aw, whose cute kitty is that? Katie asked. We don't know, Rebel explained. We found her on the bay with no collar or tags, just this purple ribbon. Does the kitty witty want a nice warm bath? Rebel asked. Meow, the kitten replied. Do you want me to do it? Katie asked. Cats can be a little tricky to bathe. Tricky? Rebel said. Not this little sweetie. But the kitten had other ideas. The moment she touched the water, she jumped away with a screech. She scurried along shelves, knocking over bottles of shampoo. Rebel slipped on a spinning bottle. The kitten fell onto Rebel's skateboard and rolled out the door. Down the street from Katie's pet parlor, Ryder got a message from Rocky. A little girl is looking for her lost kitty named Precious. Ryder recognized the kitten in the picture the girl was holding. Before he could say a word, Precious rolled past on Rebel's skateboard. She skated down a hill and disappeared into town. Chase, it's time to use your super sniffer, Ryder said. Chase needed something with the kitty scent on it. Luckily, they had her purple ribbon. Chase took a deep sniff. She went that way. Achoo! Sorry, cat hair makes me sneeze. Chase followed the scent until he found Rebel's skateboard at the bottom of the town hall steps. Good sniffing, Ryder said. Ryder and the pups looked around and saw a shocking sight. The kitty was inside the town hall bell tower. Ryder pulled out his pup pad and called for Marshall and his fire truck. I'm all fired up, Marshall said as his fire truck screeched to a halt in front of the town hall. He arrived at the same time as the kitty's owner. Ryder told Marshall to put up his ladder. "We need to get the kitten down from that tower." "I'm on it," Marshall declared. He extended the truck's ladder and carefully started to climb. Marshall reached the top of the ladder. The scared little kitten was clinging desperately to a rope in the tower. "I'll get you down safely," Marshall said. "Come here." "Meow," Precious whimpered. The kitten jumped from the rope. She tried to grab Marshall's helmet but missed and clutched his face instead. "Whoa!" Marshall yelped. He couldn't see. The ladder shook. Marshall lost his grip. He and the kitten fell off the ladder. Ryder caught Marshall, and the little kitty tumbled into her owner's arms. "Precious," the girl exclaimed, "you're okay." "You owe these brave pups a thank you for all their help." "Whenever you need us," Ryder said, "just yelp for help." That's the end of this book. Our next story is Puppy Birthday to You. One windy afternoon in Adventure Bay, a box moved down the street toward Katie's pet parlor. But this box wasn't being blown by the wind. It was creeping down the street on 8 paws. Suddenly, a big gust blew the box away, revealing Sky and Rubble underneath. They quickly scampered into the shop. Inside, Ryder, Katie, and Rocky were getting ready for Chase's surprise birthday party. "Who's making sure Chase doesn't surprise us while we set up?" Sky asked. "Marshall," Rocky said. "He can keep a secret. Can he?" Across town, Marshall and Chase were playing in Pup Park. They swung on the swings and slid down the slide. "Maybe we should go find Ryder and the pups," Chase said. "No," Marshall protested. "We can't, because it's, so nice out." Just then, the wind picked up again and blew them right across the park. Back at the pet parlor, the lights suddenly went dark and Katie's mixer stopped. "All the lights on the street are out," Rocky yelped. Ryder thought he knew what was wrong. "Paw Patrol, to the lookout." The team raced to the lookout, but without electricity, the doors wouldn't open. Luckily, Rocky had a screwdriver, which did the trick. Once they were inside, Ryder used his telescope to check Adventure Bay's windmills. "Just as I thought," he said. "The wind broke a propeller. Since the windmill can't turn, it can't make electricity. We need to fix it." Ryder looked at Rocky. "We'll need something from your truck to fix the broken blade." "Green means go," Rocky said, preparing for action. "We'll need Marshall's ladder to climb up and fix the windmill," said Ryder. Marshall nodded. "I'm fired up." "Chase, the traffic lights won't work without electricity," Ryder continued. "I need you to use your siren and megaphone to direct traffic." "These paws uphold the laws," Chase declared. Meanwhile, Sky, Zuma, and Rubble raced back to the pet parlor to continue setting up for Chase's surprise party. It was very dark, but Katie had a flashlight. At the center of town, Chase busily directed traffic. "You're our hero," Mayor Goodway said as she crossed the street safely. "I'm just doing my Paw Patrol duty," Chase said. Up in the hills, Ryder, Marshall, and Rocky went to work on the broken windmill. Ryder climbed Marshall's ladder and removed the old blade, while Rocky looked for a replacement piece. "No, not a tire. Not a lawn chair," Rocky said, pulling stuff out of his truck. At last, he found what he wanted. "Here it is, my old surfboard." "This surfboard will catch a breeze and help turn it into electricity," Rocky said as he bolted the board into place. The wind picked up and the windmill started to turn. Lights came on all over Adventure Bay. The traffic lights started working again. "Ryder and the Paw Patrol did it," Chase announced through his megaphone. "My work here is done." The lights in the pet parlor glowed brightly. "Hooray!" cheered Sky. But then she frowned. "Aw, there's no time to make a cake." Katie thought for a moment. "I have an idea." As Chase drove back to the lookout, he got a call from Ryder. "We need you at Katie's, in a hurry." When Chase got there, everything was dark and quiet. Chase stepped inside. The lights went on. "Surprise!" everyone yelled. Chase was amazed. "Wow! You guys turned the lights back on and made a party for me?" "We didn't have time to bake you a real cake," Katie said, "so we hope you like your pup treat cookie cake." "Whenever it's your birthday, just yelp for help," Ryder said with a laugh. All the puppies cheered and enjoyed a taste of Chase's special cake. That was a good one. Now we have one more story, Pirate Pups. One day, while exploring the cliffs above Adventure Bay, Captain Turbot slipped and fell down a dark hole. At the bottom, he discovered an old pirate hideout. He was stuck in the creepy cavern, but he knew who could help him. The PAW Patrol. Ryder called the PAW Patrol to the lookout and told them about Captain Turbo. "He's stuck in a cavern filled with pirate stuff, and he thinks it might be the hideout of the legendary Captain Blackfur," Ryder said. "No one knows what he looked like or what happened to his treasure." Ryder needed Chase and Rubble for the rescue, but he told the rest of the pups to be ready just in case. Rubble was excited. He really wanted to be a pirate. Ryder, Chase, and Rubble raced to the cliffs and found the hole. "Chase," Ryder said, "I need your winch hook to lower me into the cave." Chase is on the case. He pulled the hook over, and Ryder locked it onto his safety belt. Chase carefully lowered Ryder into the dark hole. The pups joined Ryder and Captain Turbo down below. Using Chase's spotlight, they found cool pirate stuff: a spyglass, a flag, and a real pirate hat. Ryder put the hat on Rubble's head. "Arr," said Rubble. "Chivvy me timbers." Chase sniffed the air. "I smell seawater," he said. He followed the scent and discovered a secret passage, but it was blocked by rocks. "That must be the way to the beach," said Ryder. "Stand back, landlubbers," said Rubble as he cleared the way with his digger. Ryder and the pups followed the passage to a beach. They found an old bottle with part of a map inside it. "Is it a pirate treasure map?" Rubble asked. "Could be," said Ryder. "We need all paws on deck to solve this mystery." Ryder called the rest of the pups to the beach and told them that the map had been torn into 3 pieces. "There's a clue to where we'll find the next piece," he said. "The part of the map that you seek hides in the big parrot's beak." The pups thought about the clue. Suddenly, Rocky said, "Those boulders at the bottom of Jake's Mountain kind of look like a parrot." "Let's check it out," Chase barked. The team hurried to the rocks that looked like a giant parrot. Sky flew up and found a bottle in its beak. Another piece of the map was inside. Rocky taped the pieces together, and Ryder read the next clue. "From atop Parrot Rock, look toward the sea. A clue hides in the hollow of a very big tree." "If we can solve that clue," Ryder said, "we should find Blackfur's treasure." Chase thought for a moment. "The biggest trees around are in Little Hoodie's forest." "Good thinking," Ryder exclaimed. The forest was filled with lots of big trees, so Chase asked Little Hootie if he had seen an old bottle in any of the branches. He had. Little Hootie fluttered up to a hole high in a tree. Marshall drove his fire truck to the base of the tree, extended the ladder, and climbed up. Little Hootie was right. He said he took down a bottle that contained the last piece of the map. Rocky taped the pieces together. They now had the whole map. Ryder read the final clue. Walk 20 paces from the tree toward the setting sun and rising sea. Ryder turned to face the sun and the sea, and he started walking. From the edge of the cliff, Ryder and the pups saw something amazing through the fog. It was an old pirate ship next to a deserted island. Do you think it's Captain Blackfur's ship? Rubble asked. The Paw Patrol worked together to pull the ship onto the beach. News of the find spread through Adventure Bay. Mayor Goodway and her pet chicken, Chickaletta, came to see the exciting discovery. On board, Ryder, Cap'n Turbo, and the pups found an old treasure chest. Inside were coins, jewels, a gold bone, and even a fancy dog bowl. Why would a pirate captain have a dog bowl? Marshall asked. Then, digging through the treasure, Ryder found an old picture of Captain Blackfur. Captain Blackfur was a pirate pup. He looks just like me, except with a black fur beard, Rubble exclaimed. The team let out a mighty "Arr!" 3 cheers for the pirate pups of the Paw Patrol. That is the end of all of our stories. Thank you so much for reading with me. I loved it and I just had so much fun. I will see you next time. Goodbye.